Well, tomorrow will mark 10 years to the day that the Springboks emerged victorious over England to win the 2007 Rugby World Cup final. And it's an absolute pleasure to have the World Cup winning coach Jake White joining us from Japan via telephone. Jake, 10 years passes so quickly. I bet, though, that still sticks out in your mind as arguably the highlight of your coaching career.
Yeah, look, 10 years has flown past. Funny enough, a lot of people have asked me the same question, and from overseas, what's happened in the last 10 years, and it feels like yesterday. There's obviously, I'm lucky enough, I'm still involved in rugby, so I get to see players and I suppose meet other coaches who were part of the World Cup and, cross paths with people that were either watching that World Cup or coaching there or playing there. So, bit more different for me, but I must say, looking back at the last 10 years and understanding just how massive it was and what a great honour it was, and also just obviously what a great experience it was for everybody that was involved.
We remember the win, of course. We remember the final. We remember your road to the final. But it didn't start off that well, Jake. You lost P.S. Beast in the build-up to the World Cup. And then Jean de Villiers went down in that first match against Samoa. Did you for a moment think, oh no, it's starting to unravel before the tournament even starts?
No, look, obviously, I think one thing we had spoken about as a group is that there was always going to be situations and things that would happen along the way that would test us. And let's not forget, we had a couple of players cited. I think Skulk was then banned for 2 weeks or 4 weeks originally, and then back down to 2 weeks. I think Bucky's was obviously cited as well, and we had to go to hearings for him. I think that as it panned out, I remember as well, then DJ Botha got injured, hurt his knee. So I think, all the time the players are just bought into the fact that whatever happens along the way, we mustn't be derailed, we must keep focusing. And I suppose in a lot of ways that helped us. So, that all those sort of things that didn't go our way made us so much stronger leading into that final.
The one thing about that team that sticks out in my mind, having seen you guys operate over the course of that 7 weeks, was the unsung heroes, the guys we didn't necessarily see. Off the field, you brought in people like Cheryl Calder, Eddie Jones, who we never necessarily saw front up to the media. It must have been, Helen Gericke was another who was on our show fairly recently. That group of people, how did they come together? Was that did this happen over time? Was it by chance that the team got together, or was it part of your meticulous planning?
Yeah, I think it was my meticulous planning, because I think, I think to be fair, you need things to align themselves, and you're right, the balance of the squad, the balance of the personalities in the management team. You talk about unsung heroes. I have another one. You've got one working in the studio there, Butch James, who'd been injured and had many knee injuries and came back and then, was almost one of the players of the tournament. And funny enough, this weekend, Toyota played their last game before a break, and Juan Smith, another unsung hero, is playing his last ever rugby game. So, that also just highlights just the kind of players we had. You look at a guy like Juan Smith now, finishing his career 10 years later after 16 years of professional rugby, having won Heineken Cups, Curry Cups, World Cups, French Championships. It was a very special group of players and a very special group of staff, Paula, and as you quite rightly say, a lot of unsung heroes who just put their heads down, did their work as best they could, which obviously when you put it all together was the sort of success package that got us over the line.
It was some unbelievable memories, and we're taking a look at some of the pictures of 2007. But it was quite a bizarre thing to be at the Stade de France, to see Thabo Mbeki being raised or hoisted on the shoulders of those players, but knowing that the bigger celebrations are taking place thousands of kilometers away.
Yeah, look, I remember that when Ashwin and Ricky January tried to pick up Thabo Mbeki. I remember all the security guards running and jumping around and thinking, what are you doing? I don't think for one minute they even thought about the reaction they would get. They just out of respect and out of sheer joy just grabbed the first person that happened to be the president of our country. And so that was a very special moment. But, I think you quite rightly say, whatever was happening back home was incredible. I mean, the homecoming and the customs and the bus journey through the country and seeing the euphoria of the country and just the happiness and the emotion was something that I think the players heard about it as we were going through the competition, but I think the magnitude of what they saw when they got back was I think, beyond belief for every person involved.
Well, I think just going through the memories is an absolute reminder of how important it is for South Africa to have a very strong Springbok team to do well, to target the World Cups, and we've got a pretty good record insofar as World Cups go. But Jake, thanks so much for sharing some of those memories, and well, we certainly hope that you personally and South African rugby in general can achieve similar heights in the future.
No, that's really kind. Thanks, Colin. And yeah, as I said, always, thanks very much for your support and enjoy the birthday. I think it's fantastic for everyone to look back and reminisce on one of the most special occasions South African rugby's ever had.
Thanks very much, Jake. Some wonderful memories from that tour, which also happened to be my very first overseas tour for SuperSport as well, which Tobani Bobo, you might be interested to know.